Hello guys, I'm going to talk to you about this bike here. It's a 2013. Done a lot of research and kind of never could really find the answers to it. The clutch pull on these bikes are kind of hard because they run up beside the exhaust, and they got a tight bend, which ends up, after a little bit of riding, the clutch cable gets junked out. You have to keep it really oiled all the time. It's just kind of a mess. Well, Henson makes a kit that makes it run like the older bikes or the newer bikes, and it's like $200. So the McGard kit or McGran, whatever you want to call it, the hydraulic clutch kit is like $250. Didn't really want to spend that kind of money on this bike, because I plan on buying another bike here soon. Just got back into the game. Kind of need a clutch, easy clutch pull. Don't want a recluse setup. I mean, I like to have a clutch that functions like a regular bike, you know. So I got doing some research, and everybody was talking about using a 2015 or whatever thing, but nobody ever actually done it that I could find. I'm sure people have done it, but what I did, I bought a 2015 cable, a 2015 bracket, and bought another clutch armature, which I don't know what I did with, but it's laying here. Basically, I just cut it off right here, re-welded it. Instead of it pointing back this way, it's pointing this way now. I think the 2015 clutch armature would work. It sticks up a little higher, and it's angled right. But couldn't find one cheap nowhere on eBay, so I just bought another 13 that popped up for cheap, and cut it, welded it. Took the bracket, it usually goes from there to there. I just cut it. It would have worked, but I just didn't like it going out there. Use this clutch. It made the clutch cable quite a bit easier, even with the other clutch cable oiled. What happens is the old cable, as you can see, it's got a big bend, like a 90-degree bend. And I would say what happens is it gets wore right there. Metal, clutch cable grinding back and forth. Eventually, you know, cuts in the metal, makes it tough. You can keep it oiled, but this one has actually got a bend too, but it's not near as bad. You could probably run one without a bend, but this is what I done. Clutch pull is so much easier. I think I got like $15 in a cable, $15 in the bracket. The armature I bought was like $12 or something like that used. But I also tried this little deal. It's sweet. I don't know how good it'll hold up, but so far so good. But it's literally 50% easier than it was minimum. I mean, it went from like a 20-pound pull to a 7, 8. I got clutch stock clutch springs and stock clutch, which I'm going to put a Henson kit in, just plates, and so far so good. So if anybody's kind of interested in doing that for cheap, I mean, that's an option you got. Instead of spending $200 plus, you can spend $50, you know. And so far, like I said, I love it. Got this one finger pull here, about the only option I got, unless I go to a recluse clutch, no clutch, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not there yet. I like having the engine braking and all that, stall out on a hill. You got the engine brake. Just can't get used to not having a clutch, basically. And I don't know, it's just me, I guess. But if you want to keep your clutch, you got a hard clutch pull, that's a good little setup for cheap.